Okay, well, here we are, week 5. Was not expecting that timer to run out so quickly. Didn't even get to eat my apple. Oh well. Moving on. So I believe there was not a recap last week. I think we're a bit off on that one, but no, there was a recap last week. Never mind, that was the week before. Because that was the tie that I shoutcasted between Sage and... I'm not showing the results. Shade and Sage. That was nuts. Anyway, so, day 5, week 5, and then we've got speculation for week 6. You'll have to forgive me, I was... over on my channel, I streamed for way too long and ended up losing my voice, so I'm still a little bit hoarse. But that will not affect what we have here today. So the immediate thing that I notice, just looking at the first page and cycling through, is we've got some nil ties. We've got some ties of 0 points to 0 points, which I don't think we saw the week before. Have a look. No, we did see that. Some nil ties as well. Sort of waiting for the message yet. I don't even know if people think if it's known that we're doing this anymore. I'm not sure. I have no idea what's happening. That's fine. Seeing if I am getting someone today on with us. Because there was some talk about possibly having Jim, or who else was there? We'll go to the Discord. Possibly having Jim or even Sean on, but I'm not sure. Not sure at all. There are a lot of people on at the moment. Plus, tell me if my mic's too loud or anything like that, because I am not sure. I just got a new headset and stuff, and I don't know if it's routing through the wrong stuff like it did the first time I used a headset. Alright, there we go. Alright, we're live. We're definitely live. Making sure we've got everything running. That's the annoying thing about doing stuff on a different channel's channel. Never be too sure. So, stretch that out a little bit more. I don't want to cover up people's names, but at the same time I don't want to show any of the scores. I've been asked not to. Mike seems fine. Alright, cool. Thank you very much, 20 Phoenix. Also, not that I'm going to spoil it for those who don't know yet. Looking at you. You obviously know what I'm talking about. Just a round of applause. But it's good to see you, 20 Phoenix. Anyway, so are there any games that anyone want to have a look at? Because I am going to quickly look in the highlights section. But I don't actually believe we had many... No, we didn't. Yeah, we had maybe one submission for highlights. So I'm just going to have to go with my gut feel. Ah, alright, cool. I see. So I'm going to scroll through. If there are any games that you guys want to see, tell me. Otherwise, I'll just have to go with what seems good. So, before I cover last week, I think it'd be good to cover who's going up against who this week. Because I don't know if any of those games are going to be happening soon. Because I haven't gotten the updated schedule yet. I've only got the old schedule. I'm going to quickly grab the updated schedule. If it's been posted, I'm not sure if it has. Yep, there it is. Alright, let's have a look at the updated schedule, because if I can, I'll cast a game immediately. Yep, 6. Alright, we have a game... Oh, I forget it's my birthday today. We have a game in I believe 30 minutes. Alright. Oh, not even 30 minutes. 20 minutes. Let me have a look if that's currently running. Alright, we'll have a look if the game is running. If it's not, I'll quickly go through a recap and try and get it done in time for the actual games to start. Leave me alone, Windows. Now is not the time. Ah, crap. That was the wrong thing. That was the other stuff. Alright, cool. We have no live games at the moment, which means I can cover the week prior right now. So we're up to round 6. We're up to the finals. This is going to be the last week of the LE-Invitational. How does everyone feel? How does everyone feel they did? Those who are playing in the league, and how do those feel? Like, those who aren't playing, who do you feel is a strong contender at the moment? Seems like, okay, many of the games are unscheduled. Need to put the image up so that way we don't ruin anything. Quickly gonna get rid of it, so I just don't want to spoil anything because I've been asked specifically not to. Alright, good. So the game that is going to be playing in a very short while is Raver's Block Round the Clock versus the DBBL2 Lizards, played by ID3Fix, which is right here. So this game is scheduled for, I believe that is 20 minutes from now. 15 minutes from now. Get that done. So I could probably cast one game in the time that there's that. Is there any games that people know stood out from last week? Because as I said, we haven't had any submissions. We had one submission, but I'd rather cover that towards the end, because it's going to be fun. Go to highlights. There are so many different Discord channels that we have at the moment. Alright, yep. So one of the games is the Turnips versus the Elvis Evokers. Turnips versus Elvis Evokers. I am definitely fine with having a look at that. If we can find it. Probably already gone over it. Ah, here we go, Turnips. There it is. Alright, this is the game here. Apparently this was an interesting match. I'll quickly get rid of the screen so you can't see what the score was. That's what it was, okay. Oh, the replay is not there anymore. That's unfortunate. Why is the replay not there? Well, it's too long ago, obviously, since... It wasn't more than a week, though. Alright, so apparently I can't shoutcast any games from last week, because they're all, they've all been taken down. That's really crap. Alright, so we'll just have to focus on the games that have occurred from this week. So I suppose there's no reason to hide it then. I will show the scores for last week, because I can't cast any of the games. So what I noticed straight away is that the Knit Rats lost. So remember what I said. I said that my pick to win... So my 3 picks to win were Sage, Andy, and Storbatol's Knit Rats, and it looks like all of my picks have have been knocked out. So there's no, from what I'm aware, there shouldn't be a team with a clean record now. Because all of the games that all of the teams that I can see have had a loss now. Though I could be wrong about that. Andy can still win? Or Davo can still win? You mean Andrew? Right. Alright, we'll have a look at the leaderboard. Because there's only been 1 or 2 games played so far. So what I noticed, and this is what I was talking about. So I had a look at the leaderboard. 20 Phoenix, top of the leaderboard. Oh, you have no... you have... Needs to win game 6. Yep. And you would need to... So if Andy was to win game 6... Or is that against you? That wouldn't be, would it? Andy versus 20 Phoenix? What's the current schedule? Shit. No! Damn it. Yeah, it is. It's you two versus each other. Alright, so if he wins, that would make a 5 win, 1 loss for you, and a 5 win, 1 draw for Andy, which would put him 1 point above you. Yep, so Andy can still win. Anything else, even if it's a draw, you win. So you have the advantage when it comes to that. So at the moment, 20 Phoenix has the advantage where a tie or a win will get it for him, while Andy needs to win. He cannot take any... He wouldn't actually be in this position if it wasn't for how what happened in the game prior. His draw game with Sage, the way that occurred, I still personally think he could have very easily won that, and I'm not sure what he was thinking towards the end. I would show the game, and I'd show some highlights, but unfortunately, all of the highlights seem to have been ripped away. No, we've lost all of the games. But looking at this, yeah, Andy is the only one that can take the crown off of Phoenix. So how do you feel, Phoenix, since you're in chat? How do you feel about your game against him? Undead versus Dark Elves. How do you think you'll fare? Let's have a look at those teams. Undead versus Dark Elves. So Andy's... Page was that? I had it written down. Oh, Andy Davo, right, I'll call him Davo, because we've also got another Andy. Whichever team I come across first, I'll look at. I think I just double-clicked and went toward 2 pages. Oh, there's Andy, Shades of Despair. It's a reasonable matchup. Less blodge is good. Alright, having a look at his team, he does have 2 blodge, and he's got wrestle dodge, witch elves. Mummies are key. So yeah, looking at his team, we've had a look at it before. It's obviously working, as you can see by his current track record, though that draw against Sage is the only grey mark. I wouldn't even call it a black mark. So those I reckon those guard blitzes would be a problem if it wasn't for those mummies, because I believe his mummies have guard themselves. So let's have a look at 20 Phoenix's team. So this team looks pretty basic to me. Like it's a pretty solid basic Dark Elf setup. Especially with the wrestle instead of block on those witch elves, so that way... Oh, no, see, I don't really 100% agree with putting wrestle on them. Just because then they fall over and they become foul targets. I mean, this is a Resurrection League, so that's not a problem. As much, anyway. But I still those witch elves are such key players, and I think that was one of his issues during his game with Sage, is he lost one of his witch elves, or lost both of them quite early. Something similar to that. I hated how you have to type it in perfect. If you can't even type in a partial of the name, if you don't type it in 100% perfect, you can't see it. Oh, right. I was looking at his team with the picture still on the... Let me see, was it over? Okay, yeah, the picture was in the way. So anyway, there you go. I gotta remember that I've got that up there. Jeez, just... CEO making work for me. You know what page you're on? There you are. Gotcha. So there we go. Yeah, we've got one mummy with guard and one mummy with block, and that white with guard. So sticking those mummies. They don't have tackle though. So you say that the mummies are key, but you need to get your tackle piece to take down those blodgers quickly, or the wrestle piece as well. You could use your ghoul for that. Maybe I don't think we have casted a single game of yours. I think we're going to. Oh, we can't. Damn it. I keep forgetting. Am I able to... Oh, cool. We can check out the replay. We can check out the replays through this.